Today I'm going to show you how to do the basket weave stitch. For this, all we need is, you can really use any type of yarn. I have the red heart, a crochet hook, I have a 5mm, and a pair of scissors, of course. We're going to start by making a slip knot. I make mine by wrapping around my finger, taking the front one, going over the back, repeating the process, pulling it up and through. It will count as my first stitch, so I don't make it extremely tight. To start off, we're going to make a single chain all the way down. It needs to be in multiples of 8. You can make it as long as you would like depending on your project. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm doing a small chain simply to make a smaller project. So just for example for the video, I add 7 to my multiples of 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For our next row, we're going to double crochet in each of the stitches that we just created. So to double crochet, you wrap your yarn around. We're not going to use the first 2, so skip over these, 1, 2, and go into the third one right here and start our double crochets all the way back. Pull through, have 3 on your hook, pull through 2, have 2, pull through 2, and the same in the next stitch. Double crochet all the way back. If you want to pause the video, I'll meet you at the end and show you how our next row is going to be, how to turn your work and start our next row. Go ahead and pause now. When you get to the end of the row, make sure you get that last stitch, as our stitch count is very important, the one where you made the slip knot. It's very important not to lose that stitch. So when you're at the end, your first rows will look like this. Double crochets all the way down. From here, we're going to chain 2. 1, 2, and turn our work. From here, we're going to do front post and back post double crochets. If you haven't done that before, a front post is going in behind this stitch you made with your double crochet. So you're actually going behind the post. In from the front and out the front. That's why it's called a front post. And we're going to do front post double crochets the first 4 stitches. They can be a little tricky. Don't beat yourself up if you get hung up on something. There's 1. 2. Just push that tail out of your way. 3, and 4, and then 4 back post double crochets. So the 4 back post, you're going to go in the back and around that post, still working the double crochets. And you're just going to alternate in between 4 front post and 4 back post until you get to the end of the row. If you want to pause the video and work on those till the end, I'll meet you at the other end and show you what to do when we need to turn our work again. When you get to the end of that first front post, back post, front post, back post, front post, and you're ready to turn your work, you're going to notice that you have an extra stitch over here, right there. What we do with that is a half double crochet. That's wrapping around, going into that stitch, pulling through, having 3 on your hook, and pulling through all 3 of those. Then we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and turn our work. Now, where we just did the 4 front post in the end, we're going to do 4 back post. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 front post. One, 2, 3, 4. And back to the back post, alternating back and forth again. 4 back, 4 front, 4 back, 4 front, 4 back. We're doing this to create the textured look. If you want to go ahead and work till the end of your project row, I will meet you at the other end. Go ahead and pause the video. As we get to the end of this second row back, I want to remind you that at the very end we do that half double crochet into that final stitch that's out there by itself. And then we chain 2, 1, 2, and we turn our work. Now this time, to add to the weaved look that you're starting to see ripple through your project, instead of doing we're going to do the back post double crochet where we just did a back post. For 4 double crochets again. And then 4 front post. So we alternate a little backwards on this one, but it's to give you the actual basket weave look. the back post. And you just alternate in between the front post and the back post all the way back. When you get to the end, I'll meet you there and we'll turn our work and go back one more time. Okay, so I'm at the other end. I already did the half double crochet down here. So now I'm of course going to do the chain 2. 1, 2, and turn my work again. We want to do front post double crochet in these first ones just to kind of keep with the pattern that's already going there. You want 2 rows going that are alike with the ribs going the same way, and you'll get to see which should be a front post and which should be a back post. It's always alternating between the 4 front, 4 back, or 4 back and 4 front. Getting the hang of front post, back post, double crochets is probably the hardest part of this project. Just practice. I'm going to go ahead and end my project here, but that's my example for you guys on the basket weave stitch. I simply cut off my yarn. You have options on what to do with the tails. I like to weave mine in with a needle, then cut them. Completely your call. In my next video, I'll show you a cute little border that I like to put on this, but this is our basket weave stitch. Thank you. Have a good day.